So welcome back, guys, and we are gonna be getting into our lower bracket round number 1 match, the only one we actually have. And the thing we're doing here in the quarantine tournament is we want to keep things spicy. Now, we were honestly just gonna make it single elim. It's a small tournament. We want to go fast. We want to just keep things going in a pretty good pace. But I thought, nah, let's keep things spicy. Let's make it the double elim, but it will have a caveat. Instead of your standard best of 3, it's only a best of 1. Absolute sudden death here in our lower bracket. This is your last chance to make it, and you will have to play best of 1s all the way till the lower bracket finals, and that's gonna be your only BO3 there. So you really, first things first, you're gonna have to figure out if you're gonna cheese or not, so if you're gonna go for an all-in, that kind of thing, because this is gonna be a very spicy affair, and it seems like both of our players are ready to go. It's gonna be a ZVT Cypem versus PhyNix. Both players losing out against the 2 best Zergs in the country, and they're taking care of Cypem 2-0 and Daks taking care of PhyNix 2-0. So these 2 guys can have this last chance, and they have picked Eternal Empire for our map. So Eternal Empire, Zerg versus Terran, in terms of proxies, probably not really gonna be a thing. It might just be the airplay from the sides, and I'm really expecting a kind of matchup that really turns into a little bit of a standard, but more of the early game orientation. That's what I'm really expecting as well in a best of 1. All about early game, all about within the sub 10-minute mark into the mid game probably, but that's pretty much the show there. Anyway though, guys, seems like our 2 players are ready to go, and let's get into Eternal Empire here for our first best of 1, our first elimination match of today. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go into our upcoming match. Eternal Empire LE, gonna be the battleground here, the battleground of survival between our 2 players. And introducing first on the bottom left of Eternal Empire, it's gonna be that blue Zerg of Cypem. And his opponent right here, right now, on the top right of EE, it's gonna be the red Terran of PhyNix. So I'm gonna keep intro short because unlike BO3, anything can happen and the match might end at any time soon. So Cypem right now, he's been one of the better content creators, honestly, in the community. He's been doing a few educational things, looking to really tutor people in StarCraft during his streams, and you can check him out at fb.gg/CypemReal. He's very active on that, and he loves to stream and really teach because he is a teacher, IRL. I haven't really seen Cypem though compete in many things lately, so I do wish, if I'm wrong on that, I do wish to know about it, but if I'm right about that, I would like to see him into further tournaments in our region. But in the meantime, right here, right now, his opponent, PhyNix, teammate of Xtype on Team Dragon, and honestly one of the best Terrans in the country to whip out that mech playstyle. Especially with mech right now being so strong, you can really see PhyNix is climbing the ladder to get better and better. But he can't rely just on his composition, he has to really figure things out along the way. And I've seen PhyNix compete in a number of SEA community tournaments from the OSC and the like. And hopefully we get some success here for PhyNix, especially on his new team. But right here, right now, Reaper gonna be brought on out. PhyNix gonna be looking to scout things along the way. And we are seeing a pretty normal game actually in this best of 1, which is pretty surprising actually. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I'm just like, hey, they're gonna be whipping this one out. They're gonna be playing a best of 1, and it's just 1 game long because it is a BO1 right here, right now. Whoever wins this, that is gonna be the show. I don't think there's any way to what happens if there's a draw actually? That's something, you know. That's something I have to figure out. Like what happens in a tournament when you get a draw, because it's a very specific thing in StarCraft to really get a draw on outs. It has to be neither side can really do anything. I guess the answer will just be go again. Same map, just do it again till someone wins. But hey, PhyNix right now, getting that second base up and running. He saw Cypem going for that hatchery first, and he did pretty much secure the macro game, going for a 3rd hatchery as well. So really just responding in terms of bases, responding in terms of that economy. Brax right now gonna get the tech lab as well, and the starport gonna be here in behind. So with the Barracks building that tech lab, that has to be for the starport, and it'll be very interesting to see what PhyNix is gonna be up to. It's probably the fusion core though to get that back cruiser on, and it's something PhyNix really likes to rely on as a Terran player. But speaking of reliability, it's gonna be Hellions looking to move on forward. Cypem in the meantime, looking for the burn, gonna be able to get that kill. And in the meantime, we'll see how this one is gonna pan out, as there you go, more and more of these larvae coming on now. Metabolic boost gonna be there as well. Here we go though with the links coming into play. And in the meantime, Bunker gonna be in position at the same time. So supply depot wall, pretty safe thing that PhyNix can do, especially in these small spots. He still needs to be wary though. He doesn't really want to fully invest his wall full of supply depots, just in case that wall will get bursted and he might get blocked along the way. Anyway, Cypem right now on the north hand side, we do have the racks going for more and more production, and this is gonna be Banshee Cloak coming the way of PhyNix. And I actually like this here for PhyNix. He can just surprise the opposition. He can just keep the fight on and really be a ghost out of nowhere, getting the damage that needs to be done on to those mineral lines. Magic Look is it's interesting that something coming on back in the first place. I hear a really weird humming sound, but apparently it's from the outside world. So if you guys, stay safe, that kind of thing, especially with the ECU key going on. Cypem in the meantime though does get surrounded on the Hellions, will be able to get the takedown. Banshee is forced to try and defend. And this is going to be Spore Crawlers immediately into play here for Cypem. Yes, going to be setting things up already onto the middle line, exposing the Banshee pretty early. Not the best thing that PhyNix can do, but it seems like his hand was forced because those Hellions getting caught. And right now is the transition on over. 10 seconds left for the Banshee Cloak to be ready to go. He should have a good number of energy as well, but at the same time, Spore Crawlers don't take too long to get produced. And the Overlord are going to be seeing which base it's going on. On the third base goes PhyNix. Want to get the damage, wanting to find a few picks onto those drones. But at the same time, Spore Crawler already positioned. Despite this attack isn't going to work, PhyNix. You have to back on now. It's highly sad to see just all that investment gone to waste. But it is what it is, and in terms of our bracket, I think we're mostly masters. If I remember correctly, the Nux is GM. We can check on that. It's either he's high masters or he's GM. But of course, Ender is above and beyond the number one of the PH scene for the reason. The number one from DC games for a reason. And enough about him though. We'll be talking about them later on as soon as this game is done instead. This is still the lower bracket, guys. So as we said before, whoever wins this best of one will be the one moving on into the next round. And they will face off against the loser of Bayagster versus Extinct. In the meantime, we are going to be looking to broadcast Nux versus Ender next on the list after this game. So it's a little bit of a break for our two Zerg players before we get back into the upper bracket action. So in terms of scheduling, as we said before, we're looking to broadcast all the lower bracket matches to get everyone in at least once on the stream. And at the same time, BO1, very excited, can end anytime, anywhere. And it seems like Eternal Empire has turned into a kind of place where matches go along. There's a 21-minute affair earlier on in our first match of the day. And right now, we are 7 minutes in, and neither side really going for any kind of killing blows. The Banshee for the Extractor. Not really the best trade. Not really the best trade, that's for sure. The Queen's getting position. The Overseer gonna be there. And oh my god, the range on the Queen's! Gonna be able to get rid of those two Banshees. But in the meantime, it is gonna be PhyNix right now going into a bio. He's playing bio right now, guys. Very surprising. And I like this here from PhyNix. He's changing things up. I feel like in the ladder he's been practicing the bio quite a bit. And he's gonna be going for Marines all day, every day. It's gonna be the 1-1. It's gonna be a shenanigans build, guys. 1-1 with the 1-1-1. He's going for the combat shield as well, and he does have the steam pack ready to go. So these Marines gonna be as potent as can be. Moving them on out already. Siege tanks gonna be alongside this composition. And PhyNix looking for blood, looking for takedowns, but he needs to set on up and get rid of those Banelings before anything else. Step back right here, right now. Cypem has to retreat, even though he has that Baneling speed. Oh no, in behind! That's a beautiful spot for Cypem. Gonna get the blow on up on the siege, but at the same time, it's just not gonna pan out because the Marines stay alive in the forefront. And Cypem losing a lot there. Highly unfortunate. He thought he had the gas bot. I thought he was going to be able to get rid of those siege tanks, but it just didn't happen. too many Banelings connecting onto the Marines instead, and even though it's some good splash damage, the Siege Daks really are such a big pest to begin with. And step back right here, right now, imposing the will. PhyNix looking to be reborn here in the lower bracket, just destroying everything in the front lines, taking care of those cocoons. Desperate time here for Cypem. Takedown after takedown after takedown, forcing the cancels on out. And even though the Carapace is there, these units are gonna die pretty quickly. Beautiful catch with the Medivacs. And going on to the high ground, PhyNix right now on a last stand approach, taking care of the plateau. And this is PhyNix moving over to the round number 2 of the lower bracket. Cypem, the first one eliminated from our tournament. Kudos though to both players, making the best of one a pretty exciting time. There you go, guys. That was our first best of one of the day. And PhyNix gonna be moving forward into the next one. So he will be awaiting a few of the results there on round number 2. But just to quickly recap on that game, that one fight changed everything. And it was such a good timing attack there for PhyNix. He was very confident with the 1-1 as he knew that his opponent went into more queens, was feeling a little he was just feeling a little confident that he was able to shut down the Banshee Cloak. And I feel like for Cypem, he again over relied on the economy. He stayed too much on just keeping on with building drones and queens, and there he got punished yet again, keeping up with the economy. That was a perfect time there from PhyNix, and that is gonna be our first round 1 match of the day. So we'll just be coordinating a few things with some of the admins, and we will be right back, guys, to get into a pretty hype matchup, round number 2, Ender versus Nux, Zerg versus Zerg, coming our way. But before we go, quick little shoutouts to our sponsors, AKG Games, as well as the community from SCPH, Supermouse by Axe, Paul, Destroy PH, and DLS Mizzle. Thank you guys for all of that support. We'll be right back with the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 2.